It's time to turn and burn, baby, turbine style. Welcome everybody back to Just Plain Crazy. I am Brendan, and boy do we got something cool in store from Gator-Rc and Sebart International. We have the Avanti Mini. Now this comes out of the mini series of jets they have. You can either do a turbine in these things or a 90mm EDF setup. Either way, this thing is going to be a super cool project, and the nice part is, guys, it's going to be my first turbine. So I'm going to walk you guys through everything about this model and the process to get you flying turbines. I'm so excited about this project, I got to give you a trigger warning. I'm going to say something wrong sooner or later, and it's going to be okay because you've been warned. I'm going to say Sebart instead of Sebart. I'm going to say turbine instead of turbine. And just as I know it always does, I'm going to say Bayhawk because it is before anyone else, but it's a BAE. I get that. I'm going to mess it up. You'll be okay with it. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm super stoked on this one. Let's get to it. Lid has not been off of this yet. This thing arrived from Gator-Rc in a big cardboard box. I took it out of the big cardboard box. Fragile stickers all over this thing. No issues with damage on the outside or really the box that it was in. So coming from all the way overseas, super happy with the way this thing looks already. So let's get an initial peek into this box. The lid is off. I'll throw it on the floor. You guys will see it before I do. And oh my goodness. Look at that. Right out of the gate. I love it. I'm impressed by the overall sheer size of this jet. For a 90, it is not, you know, a 3-meter plane by far, but it is seemingly bigger in fuse than I anticipated. Initial thoughts, guys, in the unboxing here is just nice support on the inside. Fuses, big center section. Looks like the wings will be tucked in underneath, but good cardboard boxing. And already, I don't know if I'd anticipate much damage. It seems well stuffed in there. So let's crack open some tape here and see what we got. So that centerpiece is glued in there too, which is nice. All right, we just simply pause there for a nice little picture. Let's continue on as we go, and you'll probably see me snap some pictures along because we will be posting these to our official Just Plain Crazy Facebook page. So this is nice from what I see. They got a nice plywood backer in there, but they have a dowel pin that sticks up out of the jet. So it actually rests in that wood to keep it from moving around. We'll take out our styrofoam center section. We'll pop that thing out of there. And let's take out this last piece of cardboard. Oh, so the whole plane will come out and lift out in there. Oh, we got pieces on the inside. So what do we have here? It looks like elevators. Our vortice fences. And linkage, servo arms, stuff like that. So that's in there. Box on the floor. Oh, let's do it right out of the gate. Yep, so slide it right up off of the dowel pin that's in there. There is a dowel. Right there's the dowel. Let's set that there. Let's put this box on the floor. All right, let's go ahead and open our fuse. Careful you don't cut towards the aircraft. We'll cut away from it. So again, composite fuselage. And you're going to have buildup build up balsa wings and horizontal and verticals. I mean, the size is really nice, right out of the gate. I like the size for multi layers of paint. Everything is painted on here, no decals. They did a good job with masking and painting that, not having any bleed through. You can definitely feel the ridges and stuff to it, but from a perspective of clean, it looks good. They did a nice job. So it looks like we have a Allen screw up here in the top. Let's pop that off. Let's see what the inside looks like. So, a little tight. Got to slide it back in order to release it, but it's good. I'd rather have it be tight than floppy, right? It's very nice. So we have interlocking tabs on the top of the canopy there and there. Got a dowel pin to engage the front. That looks like it's made out of carbon fiber rod. So that's really nice. And the inside is just what you think it is. Nice and bare and hollow. Cutting in to take a closer look at the fuselage. A couple things that are worth noting on here. You guys see they already got holes lined up for the anti-rotation pins, which are nice. The carbon spar is a really nice snug fit going through the fuselage. And look at those holes. So we have those there and we have them there. That way all of your connectors can get fastened right there into the side of the fuselage. So you're going to run your wire through, put your connectors on, and then kind of just tack glue them in place. That way, as you go to plug all this stuff in, you don't have connections flying all over the place. Now, I might even opt to change all of my connectors into a locking style so I know they're a positive lock, but otherwise, that's a pretty neat idea. Also, in the inside of the fuselage, if you guys can look way up into the nose, we have our pre-installed front nose gear servos for the doors. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to fight getting your hands all the way up in there. And then that's what our retract controller looks like up close. Back to it. Got a nice, looks like plywood covered in some carbon for a base. We have pre-installed tubes. You guys can see that right in the inside for some wiring. So that way that stuff is there. And retracts are already installed with a controller. Now when I did the research on this model, I saw that there was some discrepancies marked on the website for what the retracts could handle as far as high voltage. It says right here on the controller input is 6 volts. So to me, if you're using high voltage system and servos and stuff, you're gonna have to regulate down for that. Not a huge deal. We can definitely do that. But man, what a nice, impressive looking fuselage. Very cool. So let's get to, let's put that back on there. Let's get to some wings. What do you say? See what else we got in the box, fellas, ladies. Pull this out. Solid rear carbon spar, I would assume for the horizontals. And then this one looks to be a wooden dowel with a cardboard sleeve, or a wooden dowel with a carbon fiber sleeve over the outside for the wings. Very cool. Trash. So this, I'm going to assume, is going to be our EDF tube. If you were doing EDF, it looks like maybe just a thin plastic or mylar tube. It's actually tapered down, and it's got some Lexan rings around it for support in the fuselage. So if you're doing EDF, there's your thrust tube. Trash. What we got here? There's our nice cockpit, and they got some stickers and stuff for it just to give it a little bit better look. I do like how the canopy is going to be see-through. But again, guys, this is the Avanti Mini from Gator-Rc. I have a lot of their different products, so whether it's Maxford, whether it's Seagull's models, whether it's Top RC model, they got a very cool selection. Check them out over at www.gator-rc.com. So, destructions and decals. That seems pretty straightforward. I did notice that you can find on the internet pretty easy a color breakdown of this book, so if you don't like the black and white version. But guys, this looks about as simple as it gets. This doesn't look complicated. I think the complicated part would just be to install your gear and make sure it's done right. So then we got decals. We got a bunch of different, looks like sponsor kind of decals, and then we have this stuff for the cockpit. So that's that. Trash. And here comes the cool stuff. More cool stuff. I don't want to pull too hard and break something. But boy, is that thing is really, that box is really in there. In there. Alright, so let me show you what I did there. Break out this styrofoam. Break that out. Get rid of the trash. Then, this box, cut this open right there. Ho, 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 baby. Look at these. Nice. Look at how well nicely packaged those are. Alright, what do you guys say we get to opening this stuff up? Again, don't cut the covering, please. Cut up and away. Get out all of our pieces. Super well packaged. This by far just may be the best packaged plane that I've ever unboxed. So these have fiberglass hinges, not super big, but they're not really super huge surfaces. So it's not like there's going to be a ton of force on those things, but super lightweight, way next to nothing. There's my other side. Here, say it with me. Alright. We'll always be a kid at heart. I have way too much fun doing this stuff. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Unboxing stuff, guys, is really like Christmas. It really is. Do not drop the razor knife, Brennan. Do not drop the razor knife. Now, retracts on these, like I said before, are already pre-installed, so that means the wings as well. And I can tell you by looking at it, your gear is going to have to be down in order to attach these into the fuselage. And again, I respect anybody that can cover a monocoat. I am not good at that. So, little trailing link gear. Not super big, about this size here, standard 90mm foamy, nothing really different there. This plane shouldn't really be any more than 6-7 pounds, I guess, really. But covering is nicely done on there. It looks like the gold is more of a decal but the red is, you know, covering, the white is covering. Looks like our hinges for our ailerons are going to be just fiberglass hinges, just like they were in the elevator, but they're Robarts for the flaps, which are really nice because we want to slow it down. We want barn doors, and I think we're going to get barn doors here. So super, super cool. And again, just watch for wiring. The retracts are already there. So as you go to cut, do not cut through your retract wiring. So this whole project, as we do this, as I said, is going to be my first turbine. And I've always wanted to get into turbines, and I think this is going to be the right size and project for me to get started. So it limits cost, it's transportable, it's not overwhelming. It's a great flying model and airframe. The Avanti airframe is pretty solid and proven. No, I didn't just admit that. I am forever a Viper fan, but this thing is going to be rock solid. And I could tell you, if Sebart had a mini Viper, I'd be all over that baby, no doubt. But this is such a beautiful model, very cool. The quality of the covering is, as you would expect, it's outstanding. And guys, balsa flies better, and this is a nice composite fuse. It's gorgeous, nice build up, solid light wings. And if we can keep the wing loading down on this thing, we're gonna have ourselves a great model. So otherwise, to give you guys just a glance, we're gonna lay this stuff out on the bench and we'll pan over everything that we got. But this is a pretty straightforward, simple unboxing. Nothing here that's a crazy surprise, but let's get these things. I guess we'll just open up everything while we're here. But just a gorgeous model from Sebart and Gator-Rc. Again, our vortice fences, looks like we're gonna have to glue those into place. Our hardware pack, truthfully, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. This comes with your standard style small ball links and linkage. Again, weight is a factor here, so you want to keep it light, but you also don't want to underdo it. I might see about 256 metal clevises, but it looks like we have some blocks and hinges. We have more those tiny plastic ball link clevises and keepers for L bends. We have some composite horns with just one hole. So everything is designed to just keep it simple. I don't think there's a need to overcomplicate this a lot. And this is obviously now the rudder. Looking at this, I probably misspoke earlier and thought it was the elevator, but yeah, this is going to be our rudder. And again, fiberglass hinges. So we're just going to thin CA those in. This should be a fairly easy build. Not super complicated. Again, it's just going to depend on the electronics. So let's lay it all out and do a once over. It's time to take you for a tour, a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. So anyway, fuselage. Again, the insides, retracts are already pre-installed, controllers there. We have some fiberglass or some heat resistant tube there, which is nice. Got the mounts for your fan or turbine. Gonna have to find a way to put all of our gear in here. All kind of cool electronics. Of course, we're gonna be Jeti for control. What else would it be? Your canopy. So you got your nice little L hinges in there for that. Got the pin up front. Got the screw in the back. Rudder. It's not a rudder. That thing, thrust tube if you want to do EDF again. Dowel inserted, elevator halves, uppers and lowers. Give you an idea size-wise of those. And again, you're going to be about 54 total inches on the wingspan. On this thing, a little over 55 on the fuse itself. Nice size wheels on there. This will be good for grass too, and it shouldn't have a problem slowing down. This thing shouldn't roll out forever. Now, they're not brakes installed on those. That's okay. Again, there's a limit. How much weight do you actually want to put in this thing? And then our linkages. There you go. All right, guys, it's Brendan here at Just Plain Crazy. That is going to wrap up the unboxing of this Avanti Mini. This is a Sebart International model available at Gator-Rc. Do me a favor, if you're going to follow along with this series, and I hope you do, go on over to Gator-Rc and check them out. So if you're interested in your first turbine, your fifth turbine, or possibly doing this in an EDF version, they got a cool stock of just an assortment of different planes available from Sebart. They also have top RC model jets there, Maxford planes, really cool line of Seagull model stuff. So kind of a one-stop hobby shop for you guys to go over and check them out. I would greatly appreciate that. With that being said, follow along in this whole series. We're going to get you started just like I get started. You're going to see the growing pains along the way, and hopefully a good, successful maiden and a certification with my turbine waiver. So do me a favor, check us out on the Instagram and Just Plain Crazy official pages. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that cool shameless plug stuff. With that being said, I'm going to wish you guys happy flights. Peace out.